Hi, welcome to Paper Roots Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine and today we're going to talk about using sketches, using up scraps, and working through glasses. So today I'm going to be working with a sketch from this sketchbook, sketches for 6x6 paper pads, one-page sketches. It has 20 sketches in the booklet, and I had purchased this probably, I don't know, over a year ago when they were having a sale, and recently Allison had posted that she was going to do a class along with this, so I have joined up with the class on Facebook. I don't think that you can still join that, but I will link it below just in case. And yeah, so the sketch class started on Monday, and when I saw the sketch I thought, oh, this is going to be good because although this is for 6x6 paper pads, I just finished International Scrapbooking Day weekend, and I played along with Janet Madsen at RTS Scrapbooking, where she did a kit collection cut up series. And I will link her Patreon below. She only charges $1 a month, which is amazing to me because she puts out a ton of content, like several videos a week, so much information in her videos. So if you are interested in that, please go sign up. And if you're not sure, I will also link her YouTube video below. There's a ton of content there. She was previously on YouTube and has moved over to Patreon. But if you like what you see, definitely pay for the $1 a month subscription. It's definitely worth it. And after I was finished with her collection cut up series, I was left with this little pile of scraps and a few cut apart and die cut pieces. So I thought this sketch in particular, which I can't show because it's paid content, but I thought it was perfect for using up some scraps. All I needed was a circle punch. Now for this, I used the Bo Bunny toy box collection from 2016, so I don't think it's available anymore. But I am a big proponent right now of using up my stash. I have so much paper and things that I really need to focus on using what I have so I can make room for my new things instead of trying to stuff everything into this tiny room. Anyhow, here's the one that I worked with. Now, I had over-purchased this collection for sure. I had the collection kit. I had an extra 2 packs of the die cuts. I had the 6x6 paper pad. I had purchased some of these Bo Bunny double dot cardstocks to go with it. And I had the sticker sheet from the collection pack. And I had these chunky chipboard letters that I had bought to go with it as well. So I had so much stuff that I counted. I not only did the 12 layouts from Janet's collection cut up series, but I also did other challenges with it as well. And I had previously done some layouts with it. So I think I counted 24. This will be my 25th layout with that collection. So like I said, I need to use what I have. So today, this particular sketch was all about circles, and I had just purchased a Epson PictureMate 400, and I love it. It's fantastic. So with their software, I was able to print this 5x5 photo of my grandson eating his daddy's apple, and it printed with the white border. So I absolutely love that. And now the sketch called for a 6x6 paper in the center and circles all the way around. So I punched out a ton of circles out of my scrap paper, and I am going to just place them around. And I did also, there's no other photos in the sketch itself, but I wanted to include these little side photos to help tell my story. Now, I also added, because I had this in the collection with the apples on it, I wanted to put my title on there. So I'm just going to tuck this, I think, under here. And that's where I'm gonna start. So I'll start gluing things down. And in the meantime, I want to tell you about that 6x6 paper pad class with Allison Davis. If you have never taken a class from her, I highly encourage you to do so, because she has absolutely gone over and above in this class. And this is not the first class that I've taken from her. I took her same kind of class, but it was a double page layout class. And I took that one twice, because the first time I went through it, I got so much done. And I was just like, well, if she's going to do it again, then I'm going to play along again, because I just think that's fantastic. And I really was impressed with everything that she shared. And this time around, I feel like she's giving, and we're only 1 week in, not even, and I feel like she's given us even more already, which is just amazing. She's offering tips and tricks on the side. So she's like putting in little bonus features. So she did one on how to print your photos in different sizes using different technology. She's done, what else did she put in there? Oh, different ways to make circle rings. I didn't do that for this layout because I just decided I didn't want to. But I mean, talk about extras. Like, it's been just fantastic. So if you've never taken a class by her, I definitely encourage you to sign up for whatever she does next. Or there's also on the Scrapbook she works for Scrapbook Generation, so I think it's her family's company, and they have classes already on their website that are, available for purchase. So definitely check that out. I will link their website below. They're a small family-run business, but the stuff that they put out, and also their Facebook group, SG Scrap Squad, is still running their International Scrapbook Day weekend challenges for the whole month. So you still have lots of time to enter, and they offer so much inspiration on there. There's some demo videos and some other content as well, and then they have free sketches, card maker stuff, tags, lots of information on there. It's super cool. And then they also on their website have tons of free sketches and different programs. Allison does every month, she does something called sketch support, where she posts on her blog, and then she posts on she posts in a Facebook group as well, and you can enter to win prizes from their company, of course, but just the information that she gives is just phenomenal. Definitely, I will link that below as well, the sketch support. It's very informative on how to use the sketches that you have, and she offers like tons of variety, and that comes with this class as well, where she offers 20 versions of one sketch. So she'll give you the basic sketch in the sketchbook, obviously, when you purchase the sketchbook. But then in the class, she gives you these documents where you can print off 20 versions of that same sketch. So it's like so much content for such a small price. I think I paid $12 for the sketchbook, something like that, $12, and $5 for the class. So I had already purchased the sketchbook, so I didn't have to buy that again, but I just wanted to have the sometimes there's a little bit of motivation involved when you do something live like that, where everybody else is contributing to an album and you can see what other people are doing, and it's a little bit more inspiring, and you get a chance to share what you're doing with other scrapbookers. And they do have a pretty phenomenal community. Like their people are just lovely and kind and encouraging. So it's been nice. What else can I tell you about them? The SG Scrap Squad, I think I mentioned. They're absolutely fantastic. Yeah, and sketch support. I think her mom, Debbie, also does a program called Remember Me, and it's all about scrapbooking yourself, which is a lovely thing. It's something I know I don't do very often, but it's definitely something I aspire to do someday. But in that class, or that those posts and whatnot, she also offers free sketches that go along with her inspiration to scrapbook about yourself. So much free content is posted by these lovely ladies, and I think it's a mom and two daughters team, and they're just great. I'm from Canada, so I don't purchase from their store, but I've heard really good things about people who do purchase from their store, about customer service, and they do some kind of freebie thing once a month, where they free kit weekend. So if you order on that first weekend of the month, you get a free kit with your order, which, I mean, come on, free stuff, right? It's probably how I ended up with more than I know what to do with. But it's just such a sweet company and I always love to support small business, especially family-run business. So definitely check those ladies out. And if you have any questions, post them below and I'll do my best to answer. Okay, so I think I have laid out my circles in the way that I want them, and I'll start just adhering them down. And I'll tell you a little bit about these pictures. So this is my grandson, Quentin. He and his family live, I live in Alberta, Canada, which is north of Montana, Idaho area. And they live out in Ontario, north of Toronto. So north of New York. It's about, I have to fly into Toronto to get there, which is about a 4-hour flight for me. And then it's about an hour and a half drive from my place to my airport, and from their place to the airport as well is another hour and a half. So it's a full day travel for me to go and visit these little pumpkins. And the last few times I've been there, my son, his dad has to work during the week. So I get to see their like kind of daily, weekly routines, which I just love that. I just love being part of their everyday life. It's one of the bonuses, I think, to living far away, is that when you are there, you get to see the everyday and not just the, visit stuff. Like, I'm coming over to grandma's house and we're going to do this, that, and the other thing. I get to just be part of their everyday life. So he, every time his dad comes home from work, he, runs to the door, daddy, daddy, and which is super cute, and I love that. And then he he always opens his dad's lunch. Always. He always opens his dad's lunch kit to see what's inside. And every day, without fail, my son leaves his apple in the lunch kit. And every day, without fail, Quentin pulls out the apple and takes one big bite of it. Now, does he always finish his apple? No, absolutely he does not. But every day, he grabs that apple and he takes a big bite out of it, and it's just the funniest thing. So I asked my son, I said, do you even do you even enjoy apples in your lunch? And he's like, well, yeah, sometimes. And he's like, and if I really think I want one, I'll pack two. But he's like, really, I pack it for Quentin so that at the end of the day, there's always something there for Quentin to eat. And so I thought that was a really funny little story that I wanted to tell. So these pictures, actually, when I saw this was the last 6x6 paper I had left in this, out of these papers. And so because this sketch called for a 6x6 piece of paper, and I wanted to tell an apple story, but they're not quite in school yet. And my youngest is in grade 12, so he's a bit beyond the, childish theme of these papers. I thought I'm gonna look back in my pictures and see if I have any pictures of Quentin eating his dad's apple. Nope, I didn't have anything of him digging in the lunch kit or nothing. So I texted my daughter-in-law and I said, hey, I really want to tell this story in Quentin's scrapbook, and I'm hoping that you'll help me. I want to tell the story of how every day when Brandon comes home, Quentin goes into his dad's lunch kit and grabs his apple out. And she's like, oh, I love that. Yeah, he does it without fail. And I'm like, yeah, so would you mind like snapping a picture of it? And she's like, well, I can. Yeah, he's a bit grumpy today, but we'll see what we can do. And then, so later that, I didn't bother them again because I know they're busy with the kids at the end of the day. Later that night, my son sends me these series of photos of Quentin, you know, digging in his dad's lunch and holding some things that he had pulled out of the lunch. This photo didn't turn out very well, but I wanted to include it anyways. And then him biting into that apple. I have no idea if he finished the apple yesterday or not. I would guess not. He was having a grouchy day, but he's quite the little character. So I was so excited to get these photos, and right away I put them into my Epson software on my phone and printed them off. And I'm loving this Create software that Epson has. They have, it's like a drag and drop kind of thing. Like you just open a template and you can choose a 5x7 size or a 4x6 size, and you just drop the pictures in and then print them off. And I just love that. I think that's fantastic. So I printed off these photos of them, and I thought, oh, totally gonna make this page soon. And I thought, you know what? Why not turn on the camera and see what we can come up with? Because I've been wanting to start this YouTube channel and just haven't, you know, kind of got around to it. So I thought, you know, I can turn on the camera and do this. This is a relatively simple thing, and there's no reason why I can't chit-chat through it. And I don't know who's going to watch. Maybe some friends of mine will watch. Maybe my kids will watch. I don't know. But I think it'll be fun. So anyhow, I just to update you on what I'm doing here, these little circles that I punched out were just out of those scraps that I showed you at the beginning. And some of them are from 6x6 paper, so they have these smaller print patterns on them. And some of them are from the 12x12, so they have these bigger kind of print patterns on them. But the basis of it is that, you know, they all come from the same collection, so they all kind of go together. So they are cohesive. And I say a lot. I apologize in advance. If that bothers you, I'm sorry. It's probably going to go on for my whole life. And anyways, this paper collection is so adorable, and it had like a storybook theme to it. A lot of like, you know, Hey Diddle Diddle and Humpty Dumpty and that sort of stuff. But to be honest, I've used it so much I'm starting to a little bit like be tired of it. So I love though how Allison's sketches will like be like, oh yeah, I can make one more layout out of those scraps because I have, you know, you don't need much paper for it, so it just works, and I just love that. It's so inspiring to me. And this little apple paper was just perfect for telling this story about my little guy eating his daddy's apple at the end of the day. And I know it won't last forever, so it's always fun to get those kind of stories told before they disappear, right? They grow up so fast. I can't believe his daddy is 27 already. It's amazing to me. But yeah, here they are, all grown up. So I also pulled a few things from my stash to kind of like, you know, help me tell my story. Here's the little journaling that I wrote. I don't know if you can see that. It's not really focusing, but it says, every day when Daddy comes home from work, Quentin opens Daddy's lunch kit, and every day Daddy has left an apple inside for his little boy. Quentin is always thrilled to bite into Daddy's apple. Such a cute little routine. So I kind of like this, but I kind of feel like it needs a little something. So I'm just going to use, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but this is a corner rounder from Creative Memories, and it has kind of like does double duty. So if you put it in the opposite way, it makes like these little ticket corners, I guess. I don't know what you call them. Ticket? ticket corner. Yeah, so I'm just gonna punch those little, oh, that one went right down my shirt. Interesting. Okay. And then I inked, before I turned the camera on, I actually inked the edges of all my circles with this Hickory Smoke Distress ink by Tim Holtz. I absolutely love distress ink. I think I have almost all the colors. But I do use the base colors, like the, what do you call them, neutrals, I guess, for pretty much all my layouts to ink my edges. I really like the way that it kind of makes things look finished. And this is just a roll of Scotch foam adhesive that I got from Amazon. That's what I sometimes use to pop things up. The other thing I use is, I don't know, some people call it fun foam, but it's just that adhesive backed foam that you get in craft stores from, it's like kind of in the teacher section, I guess. So yeah. There. I like that. Now I feel like I want to ticket edge these, of course, because I've already put them down, right? So I'm just going to do a little edge on each of those. There we go. Fix the inking on there too. Okay. So I pulled one of the little finishing touches things that I've pulled is these. Okay, well I pulled these because he does it like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I thought those might be cute, but I don't know if they really fit into my design. So I'll probably put those to the side. And then I also included some of these School Days kind of wood veneer, and I don't know where they're from because I got them from a girl on Facebook Marketplace. Kind of a frugal shopper, so I'm sure if you follow me for any amount of time, you'll probably get some tips and tricks on where to find, you know, less expensive things like the Scotch adhesive. So I think I'm going to include a few of these apples, just sprinkle them around where my circles are, because I think that those are super cute. And I also, maybe I want a couple more, maybe a bigger one. I think this one. It's kind of an empty space there in here too. Okay. And then I have these from Doodlebug Design, Shape Sprinkles. I always, when I'm shopping online, I always go to their Doodlebug Sprinkles section because I love enamel dots, but I don't find that Doodlebug necessarily gives the best deal on enamel dots, but I do like their Shape Sprinkles because I'm a themey kind of scrapbooker, and when I have a story to tell, I like the embellishments to kind of like bump up my improve my story or help tell my story. So I'm going to include one of those and might pop a few around the page as well. So I can also tell you that I've been scrapbooking for 25 years roughly. Maybe, no, not quite that long, maybe 20 years, because my middle boy would have been just a baby when I started, and he's about to turn 23. So, yeah, so it's been about 22 years, I guess, since I started scrapbooking. And I've been scrapbooking a long time. I love to scrapbook with other people. I used to go to a monthly crop here in town at a friend's place. One of my friends lives in a retirement condo, and she rents out the party room once a month. And we all go, and it's usually the first Saturday of the month, and we go and hang out and chat and scrapbook and do all the things that we love. And of course, with the restrictions on that sort of thing, and because it's a retirement villa, they're extra cautious with the restrictions and rules and whatnot. So they, yeah, we haven't been able to do that for, I think the last time I went was in March of 2020, and I greatly miss seeing all those ladies every month. They've been doing a Zoom version for the last few months, but sadly I have not been able to make it. I think I was able to go to one. I also started working weekends, so that's kind of changed my ability to pop in to the weekend crops. But gotta make money for those plane tickets so I can go see my babies. Because, you know, grandmas are an essential service. And yes, I've been one of those crazy people that's been getting on a plane throughout the pandemic as often as they'll let me, so I can see my littles. I did try to follow the rules in the beginning. I think I went 11 months without seeing him. And I think it started to affect my mental health. So I just bought myself a plane ticket and rolled with the punches. And found that I felt safer in the airport than I did at the grocery store. So wasn't afraid to go back again and again and see my littles. And his sister was born in January of 2021, and I was able to go out for a whole week in February. And yeah, it was fantastic. I was super glad to be able to meet her and snuggle her, and she was still just a newborn, and it was good. I do feel like keeping people from family is a little bit asking a little bit too much, but depends on the family maybe. Anyhow, that's just my personal belief. It doesn't really matter what I think. So I think that's it for my, I need a date, don't I? So this was yesterday. So today is May 13th. So we're going to talk May 12th. 2021. And I need a new date stamp because this one only goes up to 2021. Just gonna practice here. See if it'll work. Sorry, that's one of those things I feel like I can't talk while I do it. I don't know why. Okay, so that is my completed layout. The layout called for a 6x6 piece of paper, a 4x4 photo. I did mine in, well, it's almost 5x5. And I added 2 circle photos, and then it called for kind of a surrounding of punched paper circles from 6x6 paper pads, which I have both 6x6 as well as 12x12 paper scraps mixed in there, and some from embellishments. These ones are from embellishments. I added some wood veneer apples and some enamel apples as sprinkles around. Maybe I'll add some little enamel dots around, because I feel like, because everything got matted on black, I feel like maybe I need to add a little bit of black in here. I do this, sorry. I think I'm done, and then I feel like I need to add something. So I'm also gonna try, I just happen to have this stamp on my desk that I picked up from a friend who's getting rid of some of her, she's switched over to vinyl stuff and isn't really interested in scrapbooking anymore, so she was getting rid of some of her things. And this was, now I'm stamping on things that I think I'm gonna need later. There's my scraps. Here we go. Just gotta see if it, okay, yeah, that's what I had in mind. So I think I'll add some stamped circles around. Maybe I'll do. Now, instead of punching out the rings like Allison Davis showed me, I'm just gonna stamp some rings. How about that? Cheating. Tricky. My tricky way around it. I don't know how many I'll do of these, but I will add a few. There we I like to do things in odd numbers. I think it's just more pleasing to the eye. So 5, or do I want 7? No, I think I like that. Okay, so we got 7 stamped circles on there, and then I'm going to add some little enamel dots in black. I have some other colors there, but I think I'm going to do black ones. These are Doodlebug Design Sprinkles, Beetle Black. Oh, I think I got some ink on my paper. That's okay. I don't worry about stuff like that. Maybe I'll put some over here by the date. And I'll do 1 in each size. And then I'll do some up here by the journaling. And again, I'll just do 1 in each size. And then I will do 1 in over by this extra photo that I added. And again, I'll just do 1 in each size. And then I have 3, because like I said, I like to do things in odd numbers. Okay, so that's my layout for today. I think that I will maybe, let's see, I don't know when I'll be back, but I will definitely come back to show you some more of these Scrapbook Generation sketches and how I tackle them. I think I also wanted to tell you guys about, at the beginning of this year, I was having kind of like crafty FOMO, and I think part of it is because we can't really go anywhere, and I couldn't scrapbook with my friends and, you know, that sort of thing. So I was feeling like I needed to join all the classes, and I joined right away. I joined in January the Scrap Smarter experience with Alice Bowl. I'll link her website below if you haven't heard of her, scraphappy.org. She's fantastic. We actually know each other as we grew up together in a small town. And so we've known each other since we were young teenagers. Anyhow, she does the Scrap Happy membership group, but she also sometimes runs programs or weekends or whatever that you can just sign up for the single event. And so I signed up for Scrap Smarter experience, and I absolutely enjoyed it. But I didn't accomplish the things that were in the actual Scrap Smarter experience. And I got thinking to myself, you know, I have a ton of these online classes that I have either purchased or I've written down, like they're free on YouTube or whatever, that I haven't actually tackled yet. And so I decided to make a list of them. And this beautiful 3-page list is what stopped me from spending all my money on more classes, because clearly I have plenty of inspiration to go by. Now, as you can see, since I did it, I started checking some things off and actually working my way through it. And one of the things on this list is sketches, 1-page layouts for 6x6 paper pads by Allison Davis for SG, because I had purchased that sketchbook. And so this isn't a class necessarily at the time that I made this, but it was something that I wanted to use as inspiration. So I considered it a class. I think I have a few sketchbooks on here. Yeah, Stuck Sketches by Laura Whitaker. And so I made this list, and I thought to myself, yeah, I definitely do not need to purchase any more classes. So what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to add at the bottom, I'm going to post a link to a class that you can find for free, so that if you feel that same FOMO that you're missing out and you would really like some inspiration from other scrapbookers, there's plenty of inspiration out there. So I'll post a link to a free class down below, and hopefully you can find some inspiration for that. I think I will post to the Scrapbook Generation's sketch support class that Allison Davis, it's not technically a class, but it's definitely inspirational. All right, and that's everything for today. I hope that you come back again to see what I make next, and everybody be kind to each other. Take care.